Why the U.S. fought in the War of 1812. Despite a great number of arguments both for and against the War of 1812, the United States fought against Britain for a few basic reasons. First, they fought to gain more land. There was land to the northwest of the United States that was claimed by Britain. But Britain was a whole ocean away, and the United States wanted some of that land. A lot of people in the United States liked the idea of the country growing, so they fought to gain more land. They also fought to destroy alliances between the British and Native Americans. Since the Revolutionary War, the British had been inciting certain Native American groups along the frontier to raid and harass and fight the United States citizens. So Britain was supposed to stop doing this after the Revolutionary War, but they still hadn't stopped. So they fought to destroy alliances between the British and Native Americans to hopefully stop these raids, or at least take the British help away from the Native Americans. In particular, Americans had become outraged when, following the defeat to the Americans at Tippecanoe Creek, Chief Tecumseh had fled north into British-controlled Canada. So, the Americans had defeated Chief Tecumseh's tribe or group of raiders at that time. They had defeated Chief Tecumseh, and he fled north into British-controlled Canada, and the British protected him. They harbored him there instead of turning him over to the United States. So the United States was very unhappy about this. He was a chief that had led a lot of raids, and he had been backed by the British, and this proved it even further. And after they finally defeated him, they wanted to take Chief Tecumseh hostage, do whatever with him, but they wanted control over Chief Tecumseh, and he fled to the north into British-controlled Canada, where he was protected by the British. So the Americans were very unhappy with Britain about that. And this provocation provided enough popular support to declare war. So the United States citizens were already unhappy about this, and so this was like the last straw for them, and this instance alone provided enough popular support to declare war. Now, in selling this war to the American people, James Madison stressed the British insult to American honor. So this was another thing that the United States was supposed to be fighting for, American honor, because Britain had insulted America's honor. He mentioned several stories about impressment of Americans into British military service to impress upon the United States citizens how their honor had been sullied. So Britain had been doing this since the Revolutionary War as well. They would take ships that were set to trade. They were set to go and deliver goods or pick up goods and bring them back. And if they captured American ships, they would take the sailors and enforce them into the British Navy, or possibly even bring them to work as part of the military on the land. But they would take these Americans hostage and force them into British military service. So this was supposed to be a slight on American honor. So James Madison stressed that as well. So there were a lot of reasons, and there will be a lot of outcomes to the War of 1812, but three of the main reasons that the United States was fighting against Britain and decided to go ahead and declare war was that they wanted more land. They had been eyeing that land. They thought they had a good chance of getting it. They wanted to destroy alliances between Britain and the Native Americans that bordered the frontier between the United States and British territory. And that was because the British had been backing the Native Americans who were aggressive and would send raiding parties into the United States for a long time, since the Revolutionary War. They had never really stopped like they were supposed to, so they were fighting to finally end this once and for all. And they fought to reclaim American honor.
To find out more about how to ace your test and get more practice for your test, click the study guide. Learn why Mometrix is the best and smartest decision you could make for your test prep choice. We have done all the work cutting through the fluff to give you what you need to perform well on your exam. Click the study guide to get started now. And thank you for watching and learning with us.